One of my great banes of life is coming into this beautiful country of ours and filling out that stupid inbound paper declaration card. It is prehistoric, it's an embarrassment. Honestly, it's a disgrace. Poor scribe doing it on the side of a wall with 3 kids hanging around his leg. Like, it's just not good enough. And people say, there are bigger challenges. Sure, but this is the front door to our beautiful country. I'll give you an example of what the future looks like, and it's in Singapore. You go to Changi Airport, it is passport-less. Passport-less. You walk through, as you do in Sydney Airport, as you do in every airport I've ever been in, there are cameras everywhere. The government's looking at you, as they should, because we've got to protect borders. Governments have to protect borders. But what you do in Shanghai Airport, you go through facial recognition, iris recognition, go through. They are boasting that you can get through in 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Right? This is what the future looks like. I was recently in Abu Dhabi last year, and they were telling me that they were going to do something similar. And sure enough, I was there about 4 weeks ago, and sure enough, they've already done it. The world is moving in that way, in passport-less immigration system. That's really, really cool. AI regulation, I was talking about UAE. Most governments around the world are saying, how do we regulate AI as we should? We were one of the first in this jurisdiction here to put up an AI assurance framework because it was brand new and scary and bold, and we needed to put the frameworks in place back then. But in UAE, they're not just talking about frameworks for safety and trust. They're talking about how do we use AI to not just work and regulate. They are using AI to help them draft legislation. They're using AI to help craft regulation. Just think about this. We have so much legislation at any given time. And if a minister comes in and introduces a bit of legislation in relation to finance or education or whatever it is, you've got hundreds of people, lawyers, the whole lot, policy advisors, going through all the other bits of legislation, trying to work out where the interactions are to see, we used to call it a business impact or a RIS, a regulatory impact statement, to see this piece of legislation will have this much red tape consequences across the field. Imagine if you can dump all that legislation, all that regulation across federal, state, local, and get a bit of dumb AI over the top of it to say, if I introduce this, where are the impacts? Sure, you have to have a human in the loop on the top, but the amount of time and the efficiency and the accuracy would be profound. That's what AI as a co-pilot for regulation looks like in the 21st century, and that's where they're going. And then I'll quickly move to Surface New South Wales verifiable credentials. Digital ID is one part of the pie, and we're moving towards that at the national level. But the real powerful play, the productivity play, is verifiable credentials. It's not the who, that's ID, it's the what you can do. Driver's license is not an ID. It's a credential. It's a permission to drive. A passport is a permission to move between ports. An electrician's license is a permission to undertake electrical work. And a working with children check, a permission to work with children. These are credentials. And in many ways, New South Wales has led the world on verifiable credentials. Let me give you a quick run through in terms of what we did in New South Wales, because this is seen as an exemplar around the world. These type of stats got me an audience with the White House, UN, doing work with the World Bank now. We went from RTA that had the Perspex screens, had the former 1Q. In fact, they were so visionary, the RTA, they put the Perspex screens 10 years ahead of COVID. So I am really grateful for the RTA getting us match fit for COVID. But thank God that's over. We don't have the Perspex screens anymore. But look what we've changed to. That was hard yards inside of government, let me tell you. But we did it. We've shown that it can be done. I want to show you some stats to show you, it's not just that amazing experience at the front door. We had multimodal experience improvements, 98% satisfaction scores through the front door, the physical front door, 96% through the call centres, and 94% on the digital channels like driver's license and stuff like that. But more importantly, I think it's relevant to people here, 82% improvement, or 82% satisfaction scores in terms of partnership, because most of the heavy lifting is done when you collaborate. So when you're collaborating with Telstra InfoCo, that's where the magic happens.